Spartan Kid Outdoors family, what is going on? Today the weather's a little too crummy to go out and do some fishing, so what I wanted to do was put together a video for you guys of what I think is the best spinning setup and bait casting setup for you beginner fishermen that are wanting to get into bass fishing and just all around fishing in general. So this is my take on exactly what you guys should get if you're starting off with fishing. Not only just starting off with fishing, just for you guys that want to get a new setup and you're wondering, what should I get? Maybe these setups will be appealing to you. So let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so for the first setup that I wanted to show you guys is the spinning setup that I would use. Now this is all under $100. I don't know about you guys, but me myself, I don't have a ton of money to spend on fishing, so I try to be as economical as possible when picking my setups and making sure that it's good quality stuff but doesn't break the bank. This one I would use for many different kinds of fishing, and the reel that I would choose, the Sharky 3. The reason I would choose this reel over any of the other ones, for one, depending on what size you can get it for just around $50. The Series 3000 I think is perfect for all freshwater kind of fishing that you're doing, and even if you're wanting to do a little bit of jetty fishing and some ocean fishing, even surf fishing like surf perch and so forth, this reel is perfect. And the reason I say that is because it is saltwater approved. The gear ratio on this guy is 5:2 to 1. That's a decent retrieval for a spinning reel. I mean, you can find them in 6:3 to 1 and higher, but I think 5:2 to 1 is more than enough for your spinning setup. The other nice thing about this Sharky is it's a 10+1 ball bearing system that it runs on, so it makes for a super smooth retrieval. The other thing that I like about it is it has 39 pounds of drag. Now, if you're like me and you're doing mainly bass fishing and trout fishing with this thing, you're not going to need 39 pounds of drag. But if you wanted to use this thing for the bigger game fish, like you want to go fish the jetties and try to catch some lingcod, or if you even wanted to go salmon fishing with this thing, you totally could. This here, Sharky, would be my pick for my spinning setup for you guys that are just getting started. This will cover all avenues of fishing that you guys might want to try as beginners, and it's a super smooth, perfect reel for that, and it's just over $50 for this thing, at least in the 3000 series. Let's get into what rod I would pair this guy with. Alright guys, my rod of choice is going to be the Ugly Stick GX2. Now the reason I choose this rod is because it is one heck of a durable rod. I have never ever had a problem with this rod, and you can pick these guys up for about $40, and believe it or not, you can pick them up at Walmart, out of all places. So the Shakespeare GX2 is what I would choose to pair up with that Sharky 3, and I would get it in a 6.6 medium action rod. The reason I would get a 6.6 medium action rod to pair the Sharky up with is because the action on this thing is going to be just perfect for those soft plastic baits. It's going to be fantastic for your drop shots. It's going to be fantastic for your shaky heads and your weightless Senkos and so forth. That's why I would pick the Ugly Stick GX2. It's never giving me any kind of issues, and I absolutely love this rod. I think it's one of the most underestimated rods out there, because there's rods out there that you're spending $100 to $150 on, and I have always used this one, and it's done the trick every single time, and it's never ever failed me. So Ugly Stick GX2 is what I would definitely pick for my spinning setup. So that's going to be it for my spinning setup, guys. I would choose the Sharky 3 in the 3000 series, paired with my Ugly Stick GX2 6.6 medium action rod. This is going to be perfect for your bass fishing scenarios and your trout fishing scenarios, and even possibly your jetty fishing. If you're jetty fishing, you might want to go with a little bit longer of a rod, just because when you're pulling those fish up over those rocks, you definitely want a little bit longer of a rod so you don't get snagged up on those rocks. So the next thing I'm going to be getting into is my Baitcaster rod and reel combo setup. My reel of choice for you starting fishermen is the KastKing Royal Legend. The reason I pick a Royal Legend as my Baitcaster go-to is because it has got the perfect ratio for so many different aspects of bass fishing. It's got a 7:1 gear ratio. I think that is perfect for your Texas rigs, for your weightless style stick baits, for your jerk baits, for your chatter baits, the whole nine. You can throw any kind of bait with that speed of a reel. You could even throw your crankbaits on this guy. All you have to do is slow down your retrieval rate. It's so stinking smooth. It's got 11+1 ball bearings in here, and that's perfect for your smooth retrieval of the bait when you're out there fishing. You've got an internal braking system that really helps reduce that backlash for you guys that are just starting. You have two sets of brake systems on this guy. You have that internal one and an external braking system. I think that is key for you beginning fishermen to really be able to fine-tune your baitcaster and add as much brake as you need when you're just starting out, because when you are starting out, you are going to backlash. There's no way around it. You will learn your thumb control and you will learn how to tune it just right, but I think having those two braking systems is going to be key to reduce the amount of backlash as you guys are going to get. And that's why I like the KastKing Royal Legend, because a lot of us that are just starting out don't have the money to buy 6 different setups. So we need one that is going to get the job done with every single bait we have. Now you guys might be starting to see a little bit of a trend here on my rod choice. This is another Ugly Stick GX2. I think this is a perfect rod to pair with the KastKing Royal Legend because it is so gosh dang sturdy. The one thing that I do like to set up my KastKing Royal Legend with is a 7-foot medium heavy Ugly Stick GX2. The reason I choose 7 foot on this guy is because I like to get my baits as far as possible. The longer the rod, the further the distance you're going to get on your casts. Now I go with medium heavy because you can throw all styles of baits. You can do top water with this and fish your frogs. You can do your crankbaits with this rod. You can do all kinds of different variations of your fishing. Now the nice thing that this GX2 has in the bait casting setup is still that awesome tip that we like with the spinning setup. Super durable tips on this guy. You are not going to be breaking tips. If you break a tip on this guy, I'd be super surprised. I'm sure it's been done, but it's very hard to do, and that's why I like this rod. And the price point on this guy is still the same thing as that spinning setup. It is about $40, and you can find this thing at your local Walmart. That's the crazy part, is you don't have to wait for it to be shipped to you. You can go pick one up today. So guys, this is my setup of choice. If you guys are wanting to get into the bait casting world, for you beginning fishermen, I think the KastKing Royal Legend and the 7:1 gear ratio paired up with your Ugly Stick GX2 and a 7-foot medium heavy is gonna be the way to go. I think this setup will help you guys do many different tactics and styles of fishing that will keep you guys versatile out on the water and be able to give these fish exactly what they're looking to bite on. So that's gonna be it for us today, guys. Hopefully those tips will help you guys out. Hopefully that'll narrow down what you guys should be using to start out, and all of this for under $100, which is a fantastic thing. Those are perfect setups for you beginning fishermen. You are going to love it, I guarantee it. I've been fishing for quite some time now, and I still use those setups on a day-to-day basis myself. So I will leave the link in the description on where you can get all of these things so that you guys can pick one up for yourselves. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate the heck out of you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share this with one of your friends that's looking to get into bass fishing or even trout fishing and doesn't know exactly what to go with, where he can pick a good all-around setup for everything he's trying to do. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on another episode of Spartan Kid Outdoors. We'll see you guys later.